Oh, gutting, so frustrating. It's, yeah, pretty done moment. It's one of those moments you just want to quit, to be honest. Go Braden! Here we are, back in Boulder. It's my second time training in Boulder. We've got a 2-week block pre-Texas. The wife dragged me up to Aspen, or didn't drag me up actually, it was epic. And we had, what, three days skiing post Oceanside. And now back into some training. Pretty short little training block this one, and then straight into Texas. So yeah, we'll fly in late, get in on the Wednesday, race on the Saturday. Most of it just trying to get bang for buck out of the altitude, and get as much from the effect as we can, and not miss that window. But yeah, things are going good, and looking forward to finishing this block off and getting into some racing. Welcome to our humble abode. Thanks, Valley. Argentinian. Just out of Boulder. Yeah, coffee's always a big part of our life. And in America, we very much struggle with coffee. But lucky enough, mate who owns this house has a pretty good coffee setup. We even managed to still have our own beans running from New Zealand. Rob, Seacrow Fly, best beans, batch roasted in hardware. So yeah, it's been pretty good.
What do we got, honey?
We are into it. A couple of hours running, nice and easy, and a 15-minute race pace block in the middle. Doing a bit of a local lap of Boulder. Going to try and head from here somewhere across the hills and out to the Res. It's their like famous giddy up spot. We'll do a lap of the Res at race pace and make our way home.
Cinematic pro mode.
Pretty good. Been here like 3 days now, and came from Aspen, which is a lot higher. That really hurt, but seems to be settling in. Definitely makes stuff like this race pace get a little bit harder, but it's good. It's quite warm, quite sweaty under here. What is it, 28k or something? Hour 52, out to the Res, a little bit of race pace on the road out there, and some technical gravel riding for Sally to get back. She really enjoyed that part, loves when I take her on a bit of an adventure. So, no, happy, good, felt pretty good.
This is me trying to help Braden out on his training run. He's taking me extreme gravel riding. It's going well so far. I've lost him actually.
It's quite a hard swim. This is Old JR sends me some random programs every now and then, and we just link them in. Heart rate set. It's a good day for a heart rate set. Yeah, we've got 600 form, 1650s, variable, 8 100s on 130, 8 on 140, and 8 on 150, all best effort. And then pull 4, 3, 2, 1, 200 out. Sounds good.
Snowing.
Boulder's definitely turning on, beautiful. Pretty similar to last time I did a camp here, pre-Kona. 3 days out it started snowing. So maybe we got another like a couple centimetres, 3 or 4 centimetres last night. Supposed to snow all today. We're off to find a warm place to train.
With James Corden on Sirius XM Stars Cultivating Radio by Kona.
Who's this guy?
Really?
Louis.
Boulder's been really good. We went up to Aspen for 3 or 4 days and then Boulder for 10 days. Then just went out to Breckenridge and got back. So yeah, head off tomorrow down to Texas and get some heat. But it's been good. It's like kind of feels like a bit of an old stomping ground now. Know my way around, feel pretty comfortable. Training's great here. It's really easy to get amongst it. Everything's right at your doorstep. Definitely this time of year weather can be pretty unpredictable, but nothing a few trainer sessions and that hasn't sorted out, so it's been good. It's pretty warm, you think? Under all this kit. Anyway, yeah. It's always going to be a bit of a gamble, I think, between the heat and the altitude. Mostly for me, altitude's always worked really well. I love that feeling of racing off altitude. It's like you can put the throttle full tit and it doesn't really feel like you're working that hard. Just that oxygen capacity that you gain from being up at altitude. The gamble is going to be the heat at the end of the day. So yeah, fingers crossed. As long as I hold the throttle back a little bit and pace it well, then yeah, I can tolerate the heat. I mean, it's not entirely my course, you know, it's a dead flat course. I think there's 70-80 guys on the start list again, similar to Oceanside, so that's always going to probably lead to some big groups and yeah, some pretty tough racing in there.
Yeah, Braden!
I thought I was on, felt pretty good the last couple of days. Lead-in, it's not hot, which I was worried about, but it's not hot. And swim was okay. Had a pretty good start and then hang on to the front sort of 4, but couldn't quite go with them and ended up just in the second group. That felt comfy, and on the bike I was feeling pretty good It's just sort of trying to ride a little bit probably conservative, and just I guess the Pro Series trying to have that bit of a mindset of just be in the race no matter what, and if I have a chance to go for it, then go for it, but be in the race. And at about 140, 150k, I just absolutely detonated. My glute started to go, hip flexors started cramping, and guts was pretty bad. And I crawled my way home, and so I wanted to see if I ran whether I would feel any better, but after about 10 minutes I couldn't really get moving properly. My hip and my back was still tight, wasn't happening, and so frustrating. Righto, let's get into it. Fire this old girl up. It's been a while. I had my Wings for Life World Run in Auckland yesterday. Bit of a rough turnaround, obviously just coming back from the States. When to get back Thursday, and and then up there. But it was cool. Always a pretty awesome event. Red Bull put it on once a year. Biggest global running event in the world. 250,000 people all running at the same time. And in New Zealand we get a bit of a raw deal, I guess, with it being at 11:30 at night. So that went through till 12:01, and then quick flight back. And just building back into it. It's taken a bit to refocus and get my head back in the game. I think as much as you kind of accept a DNF because you felt like at that point in time it was the thing to do with chasing points, still hurts and it's still pretty frustrating. I think we put a lot into it, and I spent 5 weeks away from the kids when my son had a broken leg, and you had to pick up the pieces and be Uncle Roy for a month and live with them. So we sacrificed quite a bit to do that race, and to have a result that is a DNF is pretty frustrating. So I think it's taken a bit to, I guess, reset, refocus, kind of brush it off, and try and figure out what potentially we did wrong, why I felt that way, and how we're going to avoid that. And I think I'm lucky enough that we've got Ironman Cairns in 5 weeks, so it's pretty close, not a huge amount of downtime, and we can sort of just keep training, kick straight back into it, and start the build for Cairns. We've got the option to go to Lake Placid or Frankfurt after that, and I guess we'll see how the Cairns race goes, and how we pull up after it to decide which race we're going to follow after that. Boom, done. Half an hour easy. Get the running legs back. Tend to use the lever, but just when we're cracking back into runs, just to be able to get a couple of extra little runs in here and there, take away the impact. I also find after long flights, travel, I tend to get kind of a bit tight, and that's quite often if I'm going to get an injury, when I do get injured. So tick a few of these off, and then we'll start with some serious running. Gonna meet a mate out at a block and put in a new gateway, river access, and drop off a bunch of timber for my new shed extension. And we're home for some lunch and 3-hour spin this afternoon. So, yep, May in New Zealand, short days and temperatures definitely dropping. But at the moment, we've got a pretty good looking weather forecast for the next 2 weeks. So fingers crossed, I can get 2 good weeks training in here and then head to Noosa, get JR to smack me around a little bit, sharpen up, 12 days there before I head up to Ironman Cairns.
Okay, you want to look direct at camera, please, Braden?
You look direct at camera? Lay down. Yeah, we're back, and yeah, we're into it. We've been going pretty hard. Training has been going really good. I think 3 pretty big consistent weeks. In fact, today is the last of probably my big days in the lead up to Cairns. It's been amazing to be home. I love being home, love training at home. We've definitely got one of the most amazing training environments in the world. I guess it's just inspiring to be able to train here, and this time of year, in a lot of ways, it kind of tends to lend itself towards, I guess, better recovery. I know that in summer, with sun will be up till 10 o'clock at night, and be light by 4:30, 5 a.m. So you tend to have really big days, and sleep recovery is probably the one that gets lost in summer. So this time of year, you work hard, you train hard, but you also feel like you got long evenings, and you're sometimes in bed by 8:30, and it's dark by 4:30. So that ability to recover and really chill out is, I guess, really beneficial this time of year. And so we've been really enjoying that. And then also, I guess it's quite cold, so you're not spending a huge amount of time outside on the TT bike. A lot of my TT work is done on the trainer. And then, some of my bigger rides, easier rides, are either on the gravel bike, heading out towards Mount Aspiring, or riding along the river, or taking the mountain bike out for a spin. And it's just a nice way to vary it up, and probably in summer we don't do it as much as we do this time of year. So it's been really cool, really nice to have that consistency, really nice to have good recovery, and I guess a little bit of variance in the training. Ben's been working pretty hard on the program. He's very German, and he's working with a Kiwi, so I think he probably bangs his head against a brick wall sometimes, but he's very patient with me, which is nice. And he has been working hard on making me work hard, and I definitely appreciate that. So he definitely finds lots of different ways to vary it up to get the volume in, probably without so much of the big, long, grovelly sessions that at this time of year are quite hard to pull off. Lots of trainer kind of shortest, like double sessions. So we might be heading outside on the gravel bike for 2 hours, and then back inside for a really hard 2.5 hours on the trainer. So you're still getting that 4.5, maybe 5 hours on the bike, but mixing it up a little bit that way. Lots of double runs right now. So today again's a double run. So getting up early, what was it, 18k this morning on the treadmill when it's cold, and then I got another 12k off the bike this afternoon. Lots of ways just to kind of put the load in there, but without probably doing it as really big, long outside blocks, as the temperatures probably just don't allow for it right now. Definitely
really struggled, I think, probably coming back from the result in Texas. I'd actually had a really good lead in to Texas. I thought that the time in the States went really well. We had a lot of fun, but training was also going really well. And I was pretty excited about, I guess, a good result at Texas, and maybe I set myself up a little bit in that way too. So yeah, it definitely hurt to DNF there, and it definitely took me a little bit to, I guess, what I would say, find the love for the sport. It's a challenge when it becomes, a job, I guess, as a professional athlete, and you're sort of day in, day out doing it because it's your livelihood. But I also don't think that results in very good racing. So finding ways to remind myself why I do it, why I love it, why I love the challenge, why I like training, why I like being fit, healthy, strong. I get to spend time with the kids at the same time, family, I guess, be an inspiration for them. A lot of ways show them, I guess, dedication and, I guess, resilience. That you get good results, you get bad results, but you got to kind of try and get back up and keep it going again. So yeah, I feel really positive going forward into the rest of the year. I think with this good training block behind, and I guess now the whole kind of traveling big block of the year starts, it feels like you kind of get a bit of a rhythm on, and looking forward to it.